In part 2 of the creating architectural floors, we're going to look at doing the floor for the second floor. So when we created the second floor, we used the first floor as an underlay so it can help us draw the second floor. So what I'm going to do now is turn off that underlay. So I'm going to look over here, underlay, first floor. So I'm going to select none and hit apply. So that gets rid of that image of our first floor. Now I'm going to use the floor tool, and we're going to look for wood truss, joist, 12 inches carpet. But we're going to edit the type and create a duplicate because we need to change what we're going to do here. So I'm just going to say truss joist for now and then say OK. Okay, let's look at our wall section. And this is what we're going to draw, the wood trusses. And the wood trusses, we have different things going on. We have right at the top of the wall, which is our plate height, the truss is sitting on top of that wood framing. And this particular truss is 16 inches. 16 inches thick, okay? And then above the wood truss, we have a 3/4 inch plywood. And that's what makes up the floor of our second floor. And then on top of the plywood, we can either add carpet, or we can add tile, or we can add wood, whatever material, finished material the homeowner wants to use. For right now, we're just going to concentrate on the truss, then the plywood, and then we'll add something else later. So let's take a look at that. So here we're going to edit the structure, and the joist, we said it was 16 inches or 1'4" and then we had the plywood on top of the joist, 3/4 inch, that's correct. And we'll just accept the carpet as a finished material for now, leave that alone as 1/8 inch thick. So we say OK, and they OK. So here we got our new floor, and now we're going to, similar to what we did with the concrete slab, we're going to use the wall tool and just pick the perimeter walls. Okay, so I got this one sticking out. I'm going to clean up that corner. So we have this going, but we also have an opening here for the stair. Remember, we have a stair there. One more. Here we go. On the second floor, we have a stair opening. So we have a half wall here, a 42-inch wall, and then we have the stair. So our floor is level at this point, 7'2" to the edge of the stair, and then we have a floor opening for that stair. So that's what we're going to create. So in here, I'm going to add to this shape somewhere about right there. That's my floor opening, but I know that this one needs to be 7'2" from the outside edge right there. So 7'2". So this will be my floor opening, and I say OK. And then you're going to get this message. Would you like the walls that are below on the first floor to go up to this floor level to match or to attach to its bottom? I'm going to say yes. Okay, so now I have that. Let's take a look in 3D. And notice that I have my floor with the void for the stair. I can see through it. Let's look at it in shaded view. There we go. Okay, so we got the interior floor done. Now we're going to look at doing the second story balcony. So let's go to our floor plan view. And we have, our reference planes there. And I'm going to go to my floor tool. And I'm going to start with this one, the one we use for the floor framing, but obviously we don't want carpet on the outside, so I'm going to create a duplicate. And I'm going to call this truss joist balcony. Okay, I'm going to edit the structure. First thing I'm going to do is change the finished material. Let's see what we have under wood. Wood flooring. Let's try that one for now. See what happens. And then we're also going to change the structure. Instead of 1'4", we're going to do a 1'2". And I'll show you why in a little bit. And then hit OK. And now I can sketch with my rectangle tool. Whoops, I missed it. Try again. Here to there. And then hit OK. And now I have my wood floor on the outside. And let's take a look in 3D. That's what we're looking at. Now, notice that I have a difference in height here. Well, the reason I did a different size structure for this one is because I really want the bottom of that to line up with the bottom of the floor. So it was a 2-inch difference. So I need to tell it to go down 2 inches. So minus 2 inches. And then hit apply. Okay, so now it's lining up in the bottom. Right there. And it's 2 inches below my second floor level. And the reason for doing that, notice the 2 inches right here, is this is an exterior space. It's an outdoor balcony. So when it rains, this area is going to get wet. If we had the balcony floor the same level as the house second floor, water potentially could run right below the door and pull inside of the room. So you always, whenever you have a balcony, even in the front porch, remember we went down 3.5 inches. So in a strong, heavy rain, if there's water being collected in the porch or in the balcony, water will need to travel up 3.5 inches in order to get inside the house. And on the second floor, it would have to travel up 2 inches to get inside the house. So you always want to do that, have a step down at those front entry doors or door areas so that no water can come into your house. And so why do we do 3.5 inches down here and only 2 inches up here? Well, the 3.5 inch is the exact same dimension as a 2x4 stud. Whenever the contractor is forming a concrete slab, they use dimensional lumber to form the edges and to form any level changes on the slab. So a 3.5 inch is a 2x4 on its side. So when they're forming the slab and they're using this lumber, they just put a 2x4 vertically, and that's where you get the 3.5 inch. And then they pour the concrete and smooth it out to that level. On the second floor, all that is wood framing. Okay, so the top plate of our walls was 10'1". So these joists, the trusses that we have, are sitting on top of the wall plate. Same thing for this balcony. It's sitting on top of that wall plate over here. So that's why the bottom of this balcony has to be the same elevation as the floor, because it's sitting on top of the wall. And later we're going to add a column over here in the front corner so it can support that edge. But trusses, they come in whatever depth that you want. So we use 16-inch trusses for the floor. So on this one, I'm just calling 14 inches, 2 inches lower than that one. This could be 12-inch, it could be 13-inch, but usually it's an even number. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and so on. So that's why we did a 14-inch, so we can have a 2-inch step down and have that waterproofing happening at the door. And that concludes this video, talking about Chapter 7, Creating Architectural Floors.